What's up, guys? Josh with Navigate the Wild, and today I wanted to take you on a ride that I've been on for the last couple of years, searching for the best type of fixed blade for hunting. I've been collecting knives for a long time. I'm not sure if this year is going to be the year where I feel like I really hit the nail on the head, but I had to make a decision, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes on how I landed on this new Benchmade Hunter. How did I end up here? Why did I choose this? What are the pros and cons of this knife compared to these other two? Why do I need a fixed blade? So when I first started hunting, I was watching Steve Rinella's The Wild Within. Loved the show. It really kind of piqued my interest. Like I've explained in past videos, I don't come from a hunting culture. My family didn't hunt. Nobody I knew hunted. And it wasn't until I got invited to pig hunt with a buddy of mine from church that I really got the addiction. At the time, Steve was running this pretty little blade. This is a Havalon Piranha. For caping, for skinning, I go with the Havalon. So we have skinned out many of animals, and I have broken down many of animals with this knife. There's one downfall with this that I've experienced a handful of times. You're tired, you're breaking down an animal, maybe you've got it hanging and it's moving a little bit. I have snapped multiple replacement blades. Then you lose them. Sometimes it's in low light settings. You lose it in a rib cage. You lose it somewhere, and that's razor sharp, and you don't know where it is. It's a little nerve-wracking. So I would prefer, during the gutting process of opening up a body cavity and skinning out an animal or caping out an animal, this is my go-to. It's going to be either the Havalon Piranha or it's going to be the Taito Fisher, TI Fisher or whatever it is. Okay? So that's always going to have a place in my pack. However, I like having a fixed blade for that very reason. I really don't have to worry about a blade snapping. So I started with these, and I'm going to give you just a brief background. Both of these are SE knives. SE Knife is a company that really is centered around outdoors, survival, guiding, hunting. The first thing that I really love about SE Knives is lifetime warranty. No questions asked. I love being able to buy something because I break stuff all the time and being able to return it if I need to with no questions asked. SE is one of those companies. Now, I will tell you, up until this point, neither of these knives have been returned. These things have worked flawlessly for me. I started with this one, and I've got this pulled up because I really wanted to know the steel better. I didn't want to screw it up. This is a SE-E4, okay? It's my SE-E4, and you could see the wear and tear on it. I even have a little chip in the blade up here. I have used this knife. This has been a great knife for me. I bought this one first. This was my first attempt at a fixed blade for my pack. 8 ounces in weight. Drop point style. I liked the little belly there. Blade width, 1 1/4 inch. Overall blade length, 4.5. Overall length, 9 inches. It's a 1095 carbon steel. I like that the handles come off. If you need to clean under there for whatever reason, you can. But there's a few things about this blade that didn't work well for me, and I'll explain. First off, let's go with a positive. I love that SE basically, not only do they give you a lifetime warranty, but they also give you everything that you need for the blade. So it comes with a really good sheath here. It has a clip on the back. You can put it in a few different directions and it'll fit the sheath. And that way you can wear it on a belt, you can put it on some molly, you can wear it on your chest rig, you can wear it wherever. This knife is actually going to live on the bottom of my chest rig. Why isn't it in my hunting pack? Well, the blade didn't hold as well as I would have liked. I found myself having to sharpen it through animals as I was processing them in the field. These blades are used to take meat off bone. That's what I use my fixed blades for. So this stuff allows me to break down back straps, shoulders, hams, get into the tenderloin, take out the organ meat, get the rib cage out. I don't have to worry about bending the tip and snapping it or anything like that. I love the jimping here. This also makes a great fire starter. So it's been a great blade, but I had to continually sharpen this thing. And it's pretty sharp now. Could probably use another sharpening, but the blade wasn't holding up. Also, it's a little heavy. Fits the hand well, but it's a little heavier than I would like. The other thing is, when my hands are tired, I would have liked the 3D, but when I bought this, the 3D SE4 wasn't out yet. Now you can get the handles 3D molded, so they fit the palm really well. It's a great bushcrafter knife. Out in the field, feathering, chopping up little things. You might be able to see some marks here. I've even hit it with a mallet at a few different times and chipped it. It is a workhorse, and that's what I'm gonna use it for. Last year, I upgraded to what I thought was going to be my end-all be-all. I thought I found it. This was the only knife I was gonna need fixed blade-wise, and I thought, man, I'm done searching. This is the Essie Ashley game knife. And this thing has got some wear and tear on it. That being said, there's a few things that I experienced last year or I wasn't a fan of. The first thing is this. I actually really love this leather sheath. Just having this on my hip in this weathered sheath has been great. But I'm a saddle hunter. And so wearing a saddle, you don't really have a belt that you can access that you would want to keep a leather sheath on. The other thing was it holds moisture. Leather definitely dries out faster, and I like the way it weathers. But man, I got in a few monsoons last year and it held moisture around the blade. And then what happened was the blade started to rust. Now you've got some cool patina here, so I'm not too upset about it. And the knife worked great. It held a really good edge. I did find myself, just like the E4, sharpening it through different, animals I was breaking down, but that was okay because it's a smaller blade. It was just much easier to work with. Overall, I love it, but I wasn't a fan of pulling it out of the sheath. Just when I got back to the house, I would immediately have to clean and condition this blade because it would if I didn't, I would come out in the morning and there'd be rust spots all over it. Bit of a pain in the butt. I don't want to have to worry about that. I don't want to have to do that. So, although I love this blade, and this has been a great blade for me, again, lifetime warranty, made in the US. I'm not saying I'm not done with this blade, but for this year, it's going to sit out. This was on sale at Blade HQ, and they didn't last long. I got this blade for 140 bucks. Usually around 180 bucks. I was also looking at the Montana Knife Company knives. These guys are putting out some knives, man, and they look awesome, but they're about 300 to 325 bucks. I'll have to wait budget-wise on that. I think the Montana Knife Company is doing some special stuff and they're using MagnaCut, but for 140 bucks, this is the Benchmade Steep Country, and it's S30V steel. So for 140 bucks, I didn't feel like I could pass up on an S30V hunting knife. So let's open it up. Benchmade Steep Country. So the first thing that I was upset with when I got this knife, because I love the aesthetics, it's pretty cool. Great retention when it holds the knife, clicks in place. It holds in there really well. Side X sheath, I'm happy with that. There is no clip whatsoever, okay? So the knife does not come with a clip. I guess if I wanted to, you've got the belt loops, but again, I'm a saddle hunter. I didn't want to have to deal with that. You've got the holes here, so you could use, in a pinch or whatever, some paracord or whatever. Guys do different things. But I really like a clip. So I went with the Slim 3. You can only go in one spot on the sheath, but I got it on there and it will serve its purpose to be able to clip onto whatever I wanted to clip onto with ease. Minor issue, right? We got this Santoprene grip, injection molded, I think it is. Feels really good in the hand. Got jimping on the bottom and the top, so you can get in there and work a back strap out or a tenderloin out, or you could get in there with a neck and push down. I love the texture where my fingers go and my hand goes, you know, because if you're processing deer, you're processing pigs, whatever, turkeys, you get bloody. It's just really nice to have that extra grip so you don't slip. I'm not really concerned about breaking this blade. It's got some nice width, full tang, goes all the way through the handle, as do both Essies. And I'm just really excited to use it. There's a few reasons why I went with this blade. First of all, S30V steel. It's not Magna Cut. That's the hot one now. Eventually I'll get a Magna Cut. But S30V, I'm a big fan of. Corrosion resistant. I live in Florida. I deal in salty terrain, swampy terrain, humid terrain, hot terrain. That's what I've got here. So rust is a high probability. Corrosion, high probability. I wanted something that was not going to rust out. The other thing is edge retention. It's easier to get an edge on this blade. I'm not going to have to stop and sharpen this thing as much. I think it's going to hold an edge really well. You can check back on the update for that at a later date. I also really liked, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a drainage hole. Again, you can see right through there. See that? Drainage hole. So you get moisture, you get caught in the rain, you get swamped out. This thing can be now, it can be clipped to anything. Most likely it'll live on my fob. And if it gets wet, I don't have to worry about it. I'm not gonna have to pull this out and see rust spots all over the place. So I'm excited. I'll let you guys know how it goes. We'll see how it holds up to the 2023 season for me. And if it's not the one, we'll keep looking, because I really got my eye on those Montana Knife Company blades. So, thanks for watching, and navigate the wild.